If you're tired of getting ghosted by women on dating apps, women not taking you seriously, not seeing you as a sexual partner and just being pen pals with you, then I want you to make sure that you watch this video, because in this video, I'm going to give you an exact script on how to actually message women consistently so that they are attracted to you, they're turned on, and they're excited to meet you. This is one of the most important things that you can possibly do. Okay. This is not going to be any frills, no crazy edits, no crazy dopamine thing to keep your attention. The thing that should keep your attention is your will to get better with women and you wanting to actually get results and get responses like you're going to see in this video. All right. So first, before I get into this, I want you to watch to the end because there are a lot of things that you need to know before we get into the rest of the video. One thing is that below this video in the description, there's going to be a link to this script. Okay. It's going to have a video breaking it down pretty similar to this, but you're going to want to watch that first. All right. Here's a link to apply to my coaching because this is how you're actually going to get like really good feedback on this. But if you follow this script, I promise you that you will get responses very, very similar to the ones I'm going to show you in this video. These are very sexual conversations. Now that we're past the minute mark, I can like say stuff like sex. These are very sexual conversations that I'm having with women. Women are wanting to have threesomes with me and my wife. Women are wanting to come over and see me immediately, be my bad little girl for the night, like all this type of shit within like 5 minutes of texting me. Okay. And this is why, because I get girls bought into a frame of non-judgmental, not worrying too much about sex, being like, really just like this dominant frame that lets them feel safe and like they're in a good place. They're not being judged about sex. And so they can be free and be the submissive, super feminine women that they like being in bed. That's very important. If you don't understand this about women, I'm not going to explain, in this video, like all the sexual dynamics of how women think about sex, what most women are aroused by, things like that. That's something that you should do research on your own. Don't listen to red pill stuff. Listen to guys that actually know what they're talking about, or listen to, read books on female sexuality. Okay. That is where you can do a lot of learning there. But if you want to really turn women on, this is the script. Okay. And I'm going to walk through what the script looks like, and I'm going to show you what these examples will look like for you. Okay. Before I get into it, you need a dominant looking profile. Okay. So here I have this profile where I am looking at the camera, looking stoic, looking serious. I'm dressed up well. I've done some edits on it. It's literally from my wedding. Like but I'm in a tux and I look good. Right. This is me getting, massive compliance, a really good social proof picture from an attractive woman. Me looking fucking serious with a leather jacket on, looking kind of dominant. This one's not as dominant. It's just a very good picture. So I have this one. I could definitely do better. I could get more matches. A lot of my clients are getting more matches than me because they take it way more seriously to get the pictures. Okay. You don't need crazy amounts of matches to get the types of results that you're getting. I'm getting maybe 10 matches, 15 matches a week. A lot of my clients, once they dial everything in, are getting 30, 40, 50, even 100 matches per week. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that. That is the level of success that is possible, but you don't need that level of results. You literally just need like 10 matches a week. Okay. And this profile will get that. All right. So this is the best opener that I think possibly could exist, which is, I just noticed something interesting about you. Okay. You wait for her to respond. And you'll see this when I walk it through in the text examples. But I think you might have my biggest weakness. This builds up a lot of interest. Shout out to, I think, UMP, Ultimate Man Project, Alex, fucking forget his last name, Marcus Wolf, those guys, Ultimate Man Project, really, really good. I think I got this opener from their mastermind, but this is really good. And then immediately I go into setting up frames that allow her to be sexual without feeling judged. So I ask if she's open-minded. She's going to say that she's open-minded because most people want to. And then you reward that open-mindedness. And then you tell her, hey, you have a very sexy, submissive energy about you. The reason you can be so sexual in this script is because you are setting up the frame and getting her to go along with the frame of like open-mindedness, adventurousness before you escalate and become sexual. If you become sexual in the texting conversation before you get compliance on the frame that you're trying to set, it will fall apart and you'll look super try hard and creepy. Okay. This is why guys are really bad, and they could never say anything like spit in my mouth submissive. They could never call a girl spit in my mouth submissive, right? Because they don't set the frame properly. If a girl says, yes, I'm submissive, then saying, are you spit in my mouth submissive or pull my hair submissive is very that's very normal. That's fine because it's a sexual conversation now, right? She's already bought into the fact that she's a sub, you're dominant, and she's attracted to that, right? So this is the escalation ladder that I use. And then you close and get the number. And then you can set the date. At the bottom of the script, you'll find objections. These are things that will come up that will the girl will throw you off with. And these are just how to handle them and set the frame. The most important thing is you're not trying to control the frame and make her think a certain way. You're not trying to force a frame onto her. You're trying to, get her to buy in to the frame by making it seem fun, by making it seem amazing and hot and sexy, right? You're not trying to put a label on her that she does not want. You can't do that with people. It is impossible. Okay, so let's jump into some of these texting examples. All right, so this is my bio. Blindfolds are more fun than turning the lights off. I think that's funny. Charming, blunt, dominant, have an adorable cat. You can literally copy this, okay? 6'6" doesn't matter. I've had guys run this with fucking 5'9" in their bio, dude. It doesn't fucking matter, all right? I'm actually to a point where I'm tall enough where, like, girls kind of see it as a bad thing sometimes. I've been told it's not a good thing sometimes. Girls were intimidated by me, whatever, okay? So let's get into this. All right, I just noticed something very interesting about you. And what would that be? I think you might have one of my biggest weaknesses. What is that? First, how open-minded are you from 1 to 10? I would say an 8 at least. Perfect. You have a very sexy, submissive energy about you. I think you do. Do I? I think you do. Yes. You just say, yeah, I do think that. And then the amazing part here is that she will say most men don't pick up on that because most women are some level of submissive, at least in sexual kind of times, right? In bed, most women want to be submissive. Okay. They might not want to be submissive at work. They might not want to be submissive in their everyday life, but they want to be submissive in bed. And the reason that, and you just knowing this, it builds a lot of value, builds a lot of sexual authority. And she's going to be like, oh shit, like this guy actually knows what he's talking about. Okay. How can this guy tell? That's so interesting. And then I think we go down here. So let me pause. Okay, cool. So then she says, then I just say, your secret's safe with me. Like I'm just taking on this very caring, dominant vibe. All right. And I just make a joke about making a fucking typo here, right? Funny. And then she calls herself out for some typo. I was like, I didn't notice. I was too busy thinking about your pretty blue eyes looking up at me. Like girls think that kind of shit is very, very hot. So I just left it on red because I was busy. She saw in my bio that I'm married. I think I actually do have that in my bio. I just don't have it in the example I showed you guys because most of you guys aren't married. So there's no point in putting that. And then she questioned it. She's like, basically how it sounds. Objection comes up about oh yeah, I've matched with guys that are poly, open, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I won't ghost you, blah, blah, blah. It's just very specific. And then I feel out things for the threesome. This girl's not interested because she's not bi. But I always want to feel it out. You're super cute. My wife thinks you're super cute. Right. And then she's like, and I love a dominant man. Of course she does, because all women do. Right. You'll be a good girl for me then. Of course. Perfect. Send me your number. We'll make plans. Boom. Easy. The next one, just notice something interesting about you. What? Blah, blah, blah. What's that? How open-minded are you? 10. Perfect. Very sexy, submissive energy about you. Tell me what you like about it. I like a girl that can fully let go, let me be in control. It's very hot for me. Okay. It's a good example. I think you could definitely do better. This is when I was first writing the script and I didn't have it really quite dialed in the exact way that I wanted it. I know this is not the best way to do it. There are definitely better ways that are in the script now. But she's like, what if I want to be in control? Depends on what you're in control of. You like choking and spanking. This is a different escalation ladder that I was using at the time. I don't like it as much, but it works, right? It's like, yes, I do. Thought you might. Promise you won't drug and kill me. This was just getting her to qualify because I was getting a little bit too much compliance and I wanted to get her to qualify more. It seemed too easy. She's like, promise, I just want to be your bad little girl for the night. Send me your number. We'll make plans for the week. My my girl thinks you're very cute, by the way. Not into that. I just wanted you to know, but y'all have fun. And then I was just like, she doesn't need to be involved. I was just mentioning it. Got to feel out the vibe. She's like, yeah, she's okay with it. Yeah, it's open. Sex and dating coach. Monogamy doesn't make sense. Boom. And then I wanted to see if she had IG. She actually doesn't. I didn't end up meeting up with her because if a girl doesn't have IG, it's kind of a red flag for me. I want to make sure that like she's real and shit. It's very important. Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, this is a slightly different variation on the opener, but I would still run this. So, your trouble. How's that? I just think you have one of my biggest weaknesses. What's your weakness? First, how open-minded are you? Very sexy, submissive energy. She's like, to a certain extent, do you like choking and spanking? I don't like this for escalation. There's a different escalation ladder in here that is way better inside the script. Okay, so please follow that. But yeah, some of your number will make plans. And I want you guys to know that this is me running the script. Same thing here. Like, what might that be? Boom, 10. LOL, yes, I'm very submissive. Perfect, you're just my type. We'll have a lot of fun. Some of your number will make drink, or we'll grab a drink. She asks if I have Snap. I don't use Snap. I'm not a fucking child. So I say, no, I'm a grown man. She sends me her number. Okay, this is the script, and it works. Okay, let me just make myself bigger. This script works. Okay, if there's anything that I can force on you, I can make you like fucking download it in your brain. This script works, dude. Okay. So it's not that the script doesn't work. It's not the country you're in. This works in Europe. This works in Australia. This works in the US. This works in Canada. This works anywhere. South America, Thailand. It's working for guys all over the world because I've tested it with hundreds of guys at this point. Over 100 guys I've given this script to. And it's working for all of them, assuming they have a dominant looking profile and they fucking own being dominant and they actually believe they can be dominant. One of the biggest limiting beliefs is that a lot of guys, they really struggle because they think that they couldn't be dominant if they tried. They think of themselves as pussies. They think of themselves as like this feminized beta little bitch. And you can't be that guy. You have to think about yourself as a dominant, cool, attractive, sexy daddy motherfucker. All right. If you do that, I promise you that this will work for you. All right. There's links to join my coaching down in the description, along with links for the script. You can get that. This is super unedited, but this is massive value. Like the video if you liked it. Send it to a friend that you think could use it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.